Good evening, everyone. Mr. Mayor, it's good to see you there. Members of the civil society who are attending today, the diplomatic corps, the press. It is really a pleasure to be at this event, which is organized, motivated, and pushed through by young people themselves. That means always when things like this happen and they're organized in this way, there's always hope that bigger and better things will come along. So I would say hats off to Blue Caps, and we look forward to you doing more and more and continuing in this area, okay? At the Rio Plus 20, world leaders pledged to strengthen education for sustainable development so that we can better prepare future generations for more respectful and less wasteful use of resource energy. When we train young potential leaders, we empower them to access opportunities and spaces so that they can have active and meaningful participation in all stages of decision making, bridge the generational divide, and define and articulate concerns of interest to them. We also empower them to design, negotiate, implement solutions to their concerns. From public squares to cyberspace, youth are a transformative force. You are creative, resourceful, enthusiastic. Youth have been in the lead in the Arab Spring and other democratic movements around the world. Again and again, youth have demonstrated a capacity and a desire to turn tides of history and tackle challenges. To quote UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, one of the responsibilities of the older generation today, leaders, is to do more with and for youth, to ensure that you have opportunities for decent work instead of low wages, dead-end jobs, or no jobs at all. And even more than that, to ensure that you have a place at the negotiation table to help shape the decisions that shape your life. He further states that your generation of young people is the largest in the world has known. Therefore, we cannot afford to create a lost generation or squander talent and disenfranchise citizens. He reiterated his commitment by announcing his action agenda for the next 5 years, which include to listen and engage youth, to appoint special envoy on youth, and to treat youth as equal and effective partners. According to the information I received, the program you are closing today targeted youth leaders from various youth-focused organizations and aim to improve their capacity to lead their teams more effectively and achieve their organizational goals. This, I believe, is in line with the CARICOM Regional Strategy for Youth Development and Adolescent and Youth Leadership, which seems to promote active participation of young people both in and out of school, in the nation building and integration process, and to develop values and skills associated with leadership and effective interpersonal relationship. According to the findings of the study done by CARICOM Secretariat, which was conducted with 300 youth and other stakeholders in 5 countries, Caribbean youth aspire to good life, as all youth in the world, total financial independence, but are apathetic about community, national, regional affairs, and impatient at the lack of opportunity for meaningful involvement in governance at all levels. General concerns include few opportunities at home and in and around the region to fulfill youth's dreams and aspirations, and a culture of lawlessness and corruption among public officials and failure to enforce the laws around many, many countries in the world. I therefore commend the initiative of Blue Cap as a positive first step towards empowering the youth of Guyana to prepare for the future leadership role that will hopefully reduce the level of apathy in the nation, regional affairs, and put them at the center of decision making to be able to influence positive change they desire in the society as a whole. We as the UN will work very hard to contribute to this effort. As you know, the UN already has engaged youth to participate in the decision-making process for the 2015, following the end of the MDGs. So it is very important that they are consulted and they have their views in the documents that will be discussed by all nations after 2015. Without youth, since youth is the biggest generation in the whole world, it is important that they form the world they want or the country they want and be given the voice they should have. This is absolutely important. Here in Guyana, the UN system, which includes all the UN agencies, in October will plan to have a youth forum under the auspices of the 2015. In that youth forum, we will make sure that the youth hear from all parties and leadership from this country so that they can ask questions to them and they can voice the future they want. If the political parties do not go to the youth for their voice, I think we can do the other way around. We can bring the youth to all these leaders so that the youth can tell them what they want them to achieve on their behalf and the role they want to plan to take within that decision making. They are no longer backbenchers, they are frontbenchers. They use the cyberspace. That is a very, very important tool. The more you use it to communicate your opinion, the more you will be heard. So I believe that today you have taken a very, very important step. We have also in the UN made an effort to train youth from the regions. In fact, all the 10 regions. We had 30 youth that competed for a place in a training or an internship. And they actually competitively competed. They had to write essays. They had to say why they want to learn governance process and why they want to be a leader. There was a neutral panel that reviewed their work. And those youth leaders from each of the regions participated, and youth from the interior were there. And when we do the youth forum in October, we will make sure that it is not focused only to Georgetown residents, but will have youth participation from all 10 regions to come here and to say what the future they want. Thank you very much.